Welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here, and the end of season sale has started, and today I'm going to be highlighting some top targets you should consider for your SO5 squads. If you like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you've not signed up to Sorare yet, use the link in the description below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. So the end of season sale is now here, and today I'm going to be picking the top targets in terms of price and quality for the SO5 scoring. Today I'm going to be carrying on my French Ligue 1 scouting video, and this is part 2 in this mini-series. Part 1 was released a couple of days ago, so do check back on the channel if you've not seen that yet. If you want any access to these videos, then join my Patreon or become a member of this YouTube channel by clicking that join button below. None of this content is financial advice, and always do your own research. Okay then, let's get stuck in with the midfielders, carrying on from last week, and then I'll finish off with the forwards. So the first one I've gone for is Remy Cabella, currently of Montpellier. Now it's unclear whether Montpellier are going to offer Cabella a long-term contract or not. It is of course joined from Krasnodar due to the issues in Ukraine. So it's something that you may want to check on this to make sure that he is staying at Montpellier. Now he's currently going for around 34 at the moment, and he's going for around 211 for his rare. Now if you look at his price graph, it was selling for 839 here, 758 here, and 589. More recently there's offers coming in for around £200, so you may be able to get him at a cheap price. This is potentially due to his future being a little bit uncertain at the moment with regard to his future club. Limited is going for around 172 here, 154, 117. More recently there's offers coming in for around £20–30. So as you can see, you might be able to get a good bargain here, especially if he does get a contract with Montpellier, a more permanent contract with them. And if he does, he is capable of getting some fantastic scores. Now we can see here, these are the scores from his time at Krasnodar, and then he did play a few games for Montpellier as well. Got 17 there as well, which was good. 88 minutes played. Played 90 in this game, and he played 75 minutes in this game as well. 33 and 27. So he's not done too bad, considering he did have a month or so out after leaving Krasnodar before playing professional football again. I think he was injured for these last 3 games potentially, but it's one to definitely read up on because he is capable of getting the goals and assists. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists in the last year as well. If you look at his full scores as well, for all the time that it was at Krasnodar, you can see he's got some absolutely fantastic scores here, including 3 scores of 100. So it's definitely one worth considering, but make sure you do your research on what his future looks like. Next up, I've gone for Boubacar Camara of Marseille. Only 22, so he's got under 23 eligibility till July 2024. L40 of 56 and L15 of 61. Limited at the moment is going for around 110, and his rare is going for around 630. If you look at his price graph, he was going for £1,000 here, 965 here. This was just in February. 869 here. More recently, someone's picked him up on auction for £627. As you can see, we've got a decent saving there. His limited is going for 199 here, 200, 177. More recently, someone's picked him up for 100. So that's a nearly 50% saving on this under 23 eligible player. Got some good numbers as well here, especially some good high scores here. But he's got consistent numbers in the 60 to 50 range. So it's probably a really good option for any threshold teams that people are looking to build. So he could be another viable option. Another good midfield option is Lucas Pasquetta, who seems to be getting better and better as well. He's got an L40 of 55 and L15 of 56. Limited is going for around 152 at the moment, and his rare is going for around 970. Now if we look at his price back here for his rare, he's going for 1,400, 1,500. More recently someone's picked him up for 970. As you can see, that's a saving of around £500. Limited, 341 here, 290. And more recently 143 for his limited. So as you can see, that is a really good saving. His score's looking good as well. 99 score here, 94 back here. He's got 15 goals and 8 assists in the last year. He's got 12 scores in the 60 to 70 range. So again, he's looking another viable option, and only 24 still. Another good midfielder is Gerson of Marseille. Only 25, L15 of 65, L40 of 55. Limited is going for around 138 at the moment, and his rare is going for around 750. Now his price graph has sort of took a bit of an upward spiral recently, But that is because he has been on really decent form for Marseille. Still a viable option though, and still one worth mentioning. Limited has done the similar pattern as well, but as I say, is looking a really decent option for your SO5 teams, especially more recently, as you can see in his L15 and L5 scores. He's been on fantastic form, and that's probably why we've seen the increase in his price. But we can see some really good numbers here, and I think it looks like a really good option for next season. 11 goals and 5 assists in the last year as well, so it could be another viable option in midfield. And the player I've gone for here is Neymar. Now, it may not be sort of a budget price, but it still does look like his price has reduced recently. He's still only 30, he's still a quality player. Whenever he does play, he's going to get you some really good SO5 scores. So I think he was a really good option still in this price point compared to the forwards that were around him in the French League. Now, his limited is going for around 689 at the moment, and his rare is going for around 5,000. Look at his price here for his rare. It was going for 6,500, 5,800, more recently 5,560 and 5,400. So he has got a slight reduction in his price, and his limited it's going for 1,000 here, nearly 1,000 there. More recently 638, so you've got probably a bigger saving on his limited card if you are looking to build an all-star team for your limited collection. Now look at his scores then, some absolutely brilliant numbers here as you can see. When he does play and he's in the mood, or even when he's not in the mood, he's still going to get you some absolutely brilliant scores as you can see here. And he's got 5 scores in the last year of 100. He's scored 18 goals and also got 15 assists as well. So he's shown real consistency when he stays away from injuries. So he's another really good option for your SO5 teams. Another good option in the PSG team is, of course, the amazing Lionel Messi. 34 now, but he's showing no signs of slowing down. And despite people saying he's had a bit of a poor season in PSG, this is poor for Messi standards maybe, but he's still outscoring a lot of the players in that league. Still a fantastic player, probably still settling in at PSG. He obviously didn't want to leave Barcelona, but due to the financial situation Barcelona found themselves in, it did look like that was one of the reasons why Messi had to leave. So I don't think he was fully happy about the move, but he does seem to be starting to find his feet now at PSG. We can see from his scores he's still showing some fantastic numbers here. His limited is going for around 734 and his rare is going for around £6,000. Price graph, it was going for around £9,500 for his rare, 8,700 here. This was just back in Feb. Someone more recently has picked him up on auction for 7,100. And his limited card going for 1,100, 1,100, 1,100. More recently someone snapped him up for 733. Now that's looking a real deal for me, especially if you've got a big budget to spend on these players. You could potentially have Neymar and Messi as your front two in an all-star limited team. Now how fantastic would that team be? If we look at his scores, absolutely fantastic scores here. He's got 8 100 scores in the last year alone. He's got 20 goals and 19 assists as well in the last year. And as you can see from his bar graph, I think this is the first time I've seen a player where his bar graph has got more scores in the 90 to 100 range than any other of the score ranges. This shows his quality for the SO5 scoring and his quality in real life as a fantastic footballer. He's also got the international utility as well, of course, with Argentina. And more recently, he's been quoted as saying that he thinks Argentina have a shot of winning the World Cup in Qatar. Really exciting player to have in your collection, this one, and I can see him playing on for many more years yet. For the month of June, I'm running a competition for my loyal followers on Twitter and YouTube. And I'm giving away an Alexander Sobolov limited card. To enter the competition, you need to follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You also need to retweet the pinned tweet on my Twitter page, which will be the competition tweet. And the most important one is to comment on the YouTube videos throughout June right here on the Sorare Assist YouTube channel. At the end of June, I'll pick a random video released in June. Then I will select a random comment in that YouTube video and whoever made that comment will win this Alexander Sobolev card, as long as they have followed the entry criteria for this competition, and that is to subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, and retweet the pinned tweet on my Twitter page. The card will be sent via Sorare, of course, at the end of June after the winner is announced. So thanks for being a follower and subscriber if you are already, and good luck in this competition. Next up, we've got Martin Terrier of Rennes. L15 of 69, L40 of 60. His limited is going for around 236 at the moment, and his rare is going for around 1,200. He's had an absolutely fantastic season this year. Martin Terrier was coming for a while though. He's got some fantastic stats and numbers. 1,100 for his rare, 1,100 for his rare, 1,000 here for his rare. This was back in March, and more recently someone's picked him up for 1,100. As I say, he's had a fantastic season, so his price has stayed pretty static really. It's not really come down that much. 235 here for his limited and 228. Like I say, his price has not really come down that much, but it's still a fantastic forward worth mentioning. And he scored 21 goals in the last year and also got 6 assists as well, and showing some really good scores for the SO5 scoring. Another good forward option is Wassem Ben Yedder of Monaco. L40 of 55 and L15 of 58. His limited is going for around 151 at the moment, and his rare is going for around 800. His rare back here was going for 1,300 just in February, 1,100 in March. More recently, as I say, someone's picked him up for 781. Limited card, 353 here, 297, 166 just in March, and more recently, someone's picked him up for 146. So another one of those price come down from his peak, and he's got some absolutely fantastic scores here. Mainly attributed to his goals. He's actually scored 27 goals in the last year and also got 6 assists as well. So he's looking a really good option, this guy, especially for a champion Europe forward at these sort of prices. Another good option is Carl Turco Akambi of Lyon. L40 of 54 and L15 of 56. 69 for his limited at the moment and around £500 for his rare, which looks cheap to me. And if we look at this price graph, it's selling for 897 here. 800 here just in February. As I say, more recently someone's picked him up for 453, which looks a real deal to me. And his limited was selling for 148 here, 151, 155. More recently someone snapped him up for £65 on auction. This looks a real snip to me for a quality player. And he scored 24 goals in the last year and also got 7 assists as well. So as you can see, is going to be getting you some really good numbers here, really good scores. This price point for a champion Europe forward, this is looking really good to me. And he is only 29 still as well. Another good young option is 24-year-old Cengiz Under for Marseille. Looks like he's finally found his feet at a club that he's happy at and getting plenty of first team football now. He has been a young prospect for a number of years, but it looks like he's finally showing the form that he's capable of. He's got an L40 of 53 and L15 of 53. Now, if we look at his price graph here, it was selling for 1,100, 1,200 here, 1,100, and more recently someone's picked him up for 710. His limited is going for 231, 192, and 146. More recently, he has sold for £150. If we look at his scores as well, he's got some absolutely fantastic scores. He's also got the international utility as well with Turkey. He's got 15 goals and 9 assists in the last year as well for Marseille. He's shown some really good numbers. He looks another really good option up front. So the final forward and the final player in this 2-part French Ligue 1 player scouting series is Moussa Dembele of Lyon. Only 25 still. He's got an L40 of 53 and L15 of 63. His limited is going for around 104 at the moment, and his rare is going for around £760. If we look at his price graph then, back here in February, he's selling for 948. He also sold an auction for £1,000 here. This was just in April. More recently, someone's picked him up for 780. So they got a really good save in there on a quality player. And his limited was going for 142 here, 143. More recently, someone's picked him up for 117, which again is another good saving. on a forward who's scoring plenty of goals. He scored 22 goals and 5 assists in the last year. As you can see, more recently, he's had some fantastic scores. He's scoring consistently as well, this guy, recently. And you are going to be relying on his goals to get you those big scores, as you can see on screen. Because he's not really got much of an ace, he's not got an all-round game really, but he is capable of getting the assists and goals. And he's only 25, so looks a really good option, especially at these price points for a Champion Europe forward. So that was all selections for this week. So this was part 2 of this French Ligue 1 end of season sale scouting video. Part 1 was a few days ago, so check back on the channel if you've not seen part 1 yet. If you did like this video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, there is a link in the description below. If you did wish to do that, to get a free limited card and 13 incoming cards. You can also become a member of this YouTube channel now as well, where you'll get early access to videos like this, or become a patron where you'll also get early access and you'll also get some extra scouting videos from me. Okay guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye for now.